Dragon Ball FighterZ is finally here, and people are starting to theorycraft and decide which characters they want to put on their team. In the midst of all this, people are asking if there's a Dragon Ball FighterZ tier list. The simple answer is that anyone can make a tier list, but it's constantly changing as the game is played at higher levels. However, since so many people are curious about how the characters rank against each other, we'll offer a quick overview that you can consider as a preliminary, certain to change, definitely not final Dragon Ball FighterZ tier list. It's extremely important to note that this should absolutely not be taken as unchanging fact. Until people start playing this game in tournaments and at higher levels of play, anything can change. In addition, it takes time to formulate a proper Dragon Ball FighterZ tier list. This time next year, you may still see the tier list being adjusted as new information and strategies are discovered for the various characters. For the time being, the following tier list is based almost entirely on the basic abilities of each character. If anything, this is just to see how things actually fall once the game has been out for a little while, and we can really hit the lab with the entire roster. For now, this is more for fun than anything else. Also note, each section of the tier list is in alphabetical order, not the character's strength order. Consider all the characters on the same tier to be roughly equal. So let's start with S tier. When Gohan uses release power, he gains new attacks, as well as increased power and speed. When you reach level 7 of release power, he essentially becomes the best character in the game with the ability to reverse the normal combo flow, going from heavy to medium to light. This gives him insane pressure strings that can be very difficult to defend against, even without level 7 release power. He has a fast fall, 4 overhead, low mix-ups, his standing light attack is a low, and his crouching medium has deceptive range. In many minds, Adult Gohan is the best character in the game. For us, he's at least top tier. Perfect Cell was arguably perfect in every way, and that holds true in Dragon Ball FighterZ. He has everything that you could want in a character. His normal attacks are some of the best in the game, and can be linked instead of chained in some cases. He has a full screen command grab that can start a combo if you have the meter or the proper assist. He even has a teleport attack just in case you needed a quick cross-up or the ability to get out of the corner. The only place Cell is slightly lacking is in his super move versatility, but that's not enough of an issue to drop him down from S tier. One of the original big bad guys of Dragon Ball Z, Frieza is a force in FighterZ. He has some of the best projectile attacks in the game, a teleport, a great assist, and Golden Frieza. He also has great normals and becomes nearly unstoppable when you combine Golden Frieza and Sparking Blast. The added abilities of Golden Frieza plus the boost you get from Sparking Blast just make Frieza extremely good. Goku Black has almost everything you would want from a character in Dragon Ball FighterZ. His instant transmission gives him a cross-up for mix-ups and offensive pressure. He has a variety of super moves and can put out a ton of damage all by himself, a full-screen command grab that leads into a projectile, and can start a combo from proper vanish and assist usage. And his Fierce God Kick is a dive kick that wall bounces. This character certainly isn't missing much, if anything. The superior Buu has longer reach than almost any other character, big damage, great combo extensions, and is arguably the most annoying character to fight against. He has so much offensive pressure and easy to confirm normals that he can rush down most opponents without the need of assists. When you give him a good assist, he becomes extremely difficult to fight unless you have well-timed deflex and the ability to block everything. While Super Saiyan Blue Goku loses the Dragon Flash Fist overhead that Super Saiyan Goku has, he more than makes up for it with his new abilities. First off, his light auto combo has a built-in overhead low mix-up. While it's just an auto combo, you can stop it after the low attack and just go for the crouching medium mix-up instead. He also has instant transmission to teleport in front or behind an opponent for a cross-up. And the EX version of Divine Void Strike can get him out of the corner. And in the command grab, there's very little Super Saiyan Blue Goku is missing. And now let's go to the A tier. While Android 16 may be a little slow, he has armor and unblockable command grabs. He's also a great combo finisher. He's able to grab an opponent from almost anywhere on screen and slam them to the ground for easy follow-up damage. He has stronger combo ability than Nappa, but doesn't have the Cybermen to back him up. Android 16 being a bit more versatile evens out the two semi-grappler characters in the game. While 18 was nerfed a bit from the closed beta build, she's still a very good character. Her barrier alone can shut down an opponent's offense in no time and build considerable meter. Calling Android 17 to help her can also lead to lengthy block strings that allow you to apply serious pressure to an opponent. And she can combo into Dragon Rush without using meter. Her closed beta form was easily top tier, but the nerf to her command grab and a few other things was enough to drop her to A tier. When Android 21 has absorbed the right attacks in the right order, she's arguably the best character in the game. The problem is, you may be fighting a team that doesn't have any of the characters that you need to get the command grab or her other extremely powerful stolen abilities. Even if you are fighting the correct team, you still need to land 2 to 4 command grabs to get Android 21 to full power. That means you need to open up the opponent multiple times and land a command grab, which is not always as easy as it sounds, especially since you can't combo into the ground quarter circle front S grab without an assist helping you. Still, 21's reach and other abilities place her squarely in the A tier. The God of Destruction can be extremely tricky, especially in the corner. He has high damage output and can use his multi-cataclysmic orb special move after a hard knockdown in the corner for some fearsome setups. While his crouching medium has extremely good range, many of his other normals do not. And without a hard knockdown or assist, it can be difficult to get his orbs out safely. Once his orbs are out, if he so much as blocks an attack, they disappear. Not to mention, an opponent can also super dash through them. He's very good in the right hands, but definitely has some limitations holding him back from being top tier. On paper, Ginyu is a one-man army. In practice, he needs good assists to really maintain his pressure game. But once he gets going, it's very difficult to stop him. If you can keep track of the Ginyu force, you can really give your opponent a very bad day. Where Ginyu lacks is in his versatility. He needs assists to properly set up the Ginyu force. But even with good assists, he only has one super move that's usable in any given situation. His level 3 body swap can come in handy if you're down, but it's very situational, essentially limiting Ginyu to a single super move most of the match. As the main protagonist in all of Dragon Ball, Goku is a very solid A tier in FighterZ. His Dragon Flash Fist is a safe overhead that can lead to a guaranteed super if it hits. This gives him very good pressure at close range. And the EX version is deceptive thanks to the teleport right before it. Couple this with very good damage and a wide variety of super moves, and Goku is a solid A tier character. The fusion between Goten and Trunks is on the cusp of being an S tier. With his ability to cancel the Vengeful Shout, plus the amazing Galactic Donut assist, Gotenks can be a pain for any opponent. Add in his unique ability to cancel his special moves into one another, and there's very little that holds Gotenks back aside from his short arms. The Resident Assassin is a difficult character to deal with. He relies almost entirely on cross-ups and converting off his stray hits, but he can punish from nearly full screen and has a counter that can lead to a full combo with an assist or vanish. He's a little slower than some other characters, especially when pressured at close range, and if you miss a counter, you could be eating a big punishment. On paper, Hit is top tier, but in practice, he feels more at home as an A tier character. Senzu beams and cross-up shenanigans with his after image aren't enough to put Krillin above some of the monster abilities of the higher tier characters. It also doesn't help that Krillin's short limbs can make it more difficult to play footsies and control the neutral game. With an assist or two, you can apply corner pressure, but that's not enough to place Krillin above A tier. The biggest thing Nappa has going for him is his armor attacks. With proper timing, you can shut down someone's offense. You can also get extended combos with the Cybermen in the corner. Unfortunately, the Cybermen aren't as effective as some of the other tools that higher tier characters have available to them. At this point, Nappa feels a bit more like a poor man's Ginyu with armor, but less tools to work with. Piccolo is all about the cross mix-ups. Add in his command grab options and he's a pretty solid character. Unfortunately, he's very meter hungry. To get good damage, you usually need to spend at least 2 bars, if not more. If you pair Piccolo with a good battery, he can be deadly, but meter management holds him back from being a top tier character. The volleyball fist mix-ups can be difficult to deal with, especially when you consider the counter on the medium version. He also has a decent overhead low mix-up game, and can punish from nearly full screen thanks to telekinesis. Where Tien falls is his ability to dish out damage. In order to get big damage, he has to sacrifice his own health, and that makes him a danger to himself and a solid A tier. The Son of Vegeta has near full screen overhead attacks that can be difficult to react to when mixed up with his other aerial techniques. He can also put up great damage numbers, has a solid assist, and good pressure in the corner and mid-screen. His aerial combo ability is a little limited, and he has a difficulty opening up good defensive players, which is why he's sitting squarely in the A tier. The Wolf-Fang Fist alone is enough to put Yamcha in A-tier. Almost every option is safe. It can launch if he has meter, easy to confirm, and decent damage. Unfortunately, that's really all Yamcha has going for him. His dive kick can be used to apply pressure, but it can only be cancelled into special moves or super moves, which slightly limits its pressure. Overall, Yamcha is very solid, but not quite the best in the game. And finally, B tier. Majin Buu has some interesting tools at his disposal, but when compared to Kid Buu, he's severely lacking. His one advantage is that he can attack from a distance fairly well. He's not quite what you would consider a zoning character, but he doesn't have to put himself in much direct danger as Kid Buu, and he has a standing overhead, which can be used to open up opponents. The Super Saiyan version of Vegeta is a decent character, but doesn't have many tools to abuse. The Super Saiyan Blue version seems to have even fewer useful tools. He can cross up easier with the super dash kick, but his command grab can be ducked. He also doesn't have an aerial level 1 super move, and his assist isn't as useful. The extra damage he can get off of Final Flash isn't enough to make up for his other shortcomings. One of Tien Gohan's main attributes is the fact that he can output a good amount of damage. However, beyond that fact, he doesn't have much else going for him. There aren't any bad characters in the game, but Team Gohan simply doesn't have as many tools as most of the other characters. While Vegeta is a solid character, he doesn't have nearly as many tools as the vast majority of the cast. You can pull off some cross-up shenanigans with his super dash kick and an assist call, and his assist is one of the better ones in the game. But beyond that, he doesn't have a lot going for him. Not a terrible character, but definitely doesn't stand out. And that's it for our tier list. What do you folks think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let us know in the comments. Be sure to check back every weekday for another Prima 365, and for more content like this, be sure to head over to primagames.com.